and our school teaches to love George Washington. Multicultural education is at least three things: an idea, educational reform movement, a process. Multicultural education incorporates an idea that all students should enjoy the same opportunity in the classroom, regardless their background, race, gender, and sexual orientation. Main goal of our school to teach a set of value, a set of skill, so that our children can not only survive in the microculture but also in the macroculture. Culture is a group's program to survive in its own environment. And loving Thomas Jefferson and loving George Washington is a good thing. I made a movie in which the protagonist, Rakib, my brother, who came from Bangladesh, learn how to survive in the macroculture. Let's watch the movie.
America is a tune. Rakib, an immigrant who was born in Bangladesh, moved to America to sing this tune. However, as soon as he arrived in New York, he was confronted with many obstacles, such as English, cultural table manners. Instead of giving up, he worked tirelessly to adapt with the new environment.
How are you?
I'm three. Singing American tune led my migrating to New York. It was 2003. I was in the plane. The flight took off from Bangladesh to United States. You know, in Bangladesh, people eating by their right hand without utensils and making noise without paying attention. That is a Bengali custom. I was unconsciously put all the spoon and fork away and start eating on the plane. What the hell are you doing? Said the person sitting next to me. Looked at him and wondering what he meant by that. So I understood what he said. Nevertheless, I was scared to answer, since I have never been engaged in a conversation with an American person before. I found the courage to ask him with my broken English, pardon me. Also asked me if I could stop making noise while eating my food because it was preventing him from reading the New York Times. As a result, I felt embarrassing by situation so much, so I could not eat in the whole flight. I was starving for 16 hours. I arrived in New York. The first question I asked Baba, how do American people eat? It took me 2 months to become familiar with fork, knife and spoon. But every time I confronted with such problem, I got depressed. I cry a lot.
Rakib cried a lot during the last 5 years. His big shock came when he confronted an embarrassing situation with the clothes. In Bangladesh, men wear tight jeans and even tight shirts. When Rakib came to New York, he brought all his clothes with him. One day he went to a grocery store next to his home. Rakib noticed for the first time people were staring at him.
He's staring at me, looking at me such bad way. At one point I thought I will return back Bangladesh. However, my parents convinced me to stay and told me give up is not an option.
The crying stopped when Rakib came to realize that men in America never wear tight jeans and shirts. He therefore threw all his Bangladeshi-style clothes in the garbage and he bought new American-style clothing.
They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't wanna see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and their words are really clear. So beat it, just beat it, just beat it.
But he faced another problem with English. One day, Rakib was coming home along with Russell. They met with Russell's friend John on the street next to the grocery store.
So how are you? I'm well. How are you? I'm well too. How are you?
I'm three.
No, you guys say right, but maybe he's not educated. Why would you say I'm 3?
Because I thought there's 2 come after 3. It's mathematically.
But that's T-O, that's T-W-O. When you say 2, you added somebody as in me 2, as in me and you, I and him. You can't say that.
Rakib spent tons of time in the library, park, and at home to studying, just to make his American dream come true. Now he is expecting to pursue a BA at Columbia upon completing his associate from BMCC. There is a saying, sweat plus sacrifice equals success. Rakib's dream came true through his sweat and his sacrifice.
Here, don't wanna see. Your words are really clear, so be just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They'll kick you, then they beat you, they'll tell you it's fair, so beat it. But you wanna be fair, just beat it. Beat it. No, but you wanna be fair, just beat it. Beat it. No, you have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They'll kick you, then they beat you, they'll tell you it's fair, so beat it. But you wanna be fair, just beat it. Beat it. No.
Thank you for watching the movie. Now let's talk about it.